Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marla. I am a registered holistic nutritionist and homeopathic practitioner. And today I'm talking on the whole topic of calcium, specifically dairy. Is dairy a good source of calcium? And if not, which it isn't, and I'll explain why, what are the alternatives? So a lot of people don't actually realize that calcium is nowhere near as nutritionally dense as other foods that are super high in calcium, but also all the other nutrients to help absorb that calcium. I'm going to take a step back though and start off by talking specifically about dairy. So back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, dairy was pushed hard in the 80s as well. It was pushed hard as a good source of calcium. So everyone was saying, drink at least 3 cups of milk a day and have your yogurt and your cheese. Otherwise, you're going to have weak bones. You need strong bones, drink lots of calcium. The science has come out years and years and years ago, but people still have not adopted the new science. But science has come out to prove that dairy is actually a very poor source of calcium. Yes, it actually does contain high levels in the actual milk. But what actually happens when we consume dairy, and this is again, not something that can be argued. It's the science is there to prove what actually happens when we consume dairy, because certain foods, when they're broken down by the body, either are more acidic or are more alkaline. Dairy, being a more acidic food, actually ends up pulling more minerals like calcium and magnesium and things like that from our bones and our teeth in order to keep the pH in our body more stabilized. So when you consume dairy, yes, there's a lot of calcium in it, but it's because it's an acidic food, you're not actually absorbing the calcium. In fact, you're losing more minerals. And so a lot of people who live on dairy and they actually get their bone density tests done and things like that, are actually still experiencing major nutrient deficiencies, specifically major mineral deficiencies. Now, some people who are consuming dairy get a lot of vitamin D through dairy, and that is something that can help strengthen bones. So it's not to say that if you consume dairy, you're going to have weak bones. It's just not the best source for dairy. And for a lot of people today who have autoimmune and all kinds of health issues, when you consume dairy specifically, even if it is helpful in boosting your calcium levels, which it really isn't that great at doing, but even if it was, you're getting so much inflammation from dairy. It's a common allergen. It's a common food sensitivity. It creates dampness and mucus in the body. And so overall, it's still creating more of an exacerbation of your health issues or symptoms, more inflammation. And again, you're really not getting so many benefits from it. Now, yogurt is nutritious. There are great, benefits. I mean, I do consume some good grass-fed yogurt here and there, but really dairy's not my staple, and my clients as well. It's not the way that we're going to be getting our calcium in. There's a lot of other foods that are plant-based, some that aren't, but both are phenomenal ways to get calcium, which I will list for you shortly. So the thing that I just want to say here, again, calcium is not, dairy is not the best source of calcium. It does contain vitamin D and other things. So if you are consuming it, it could help with your bones, but not because of the calcium. Okay, so fast forward now back to what I was saying in the beginning. There are a lot of foods that are actually incredibly high in calcium that people don't even know about or realize. And these are things that we could get into our diets day to day to boost our nutritional status. The first one is sesame seeds. Poppy seeds as well. There's a lot of seeds, but I'll just touch on sesame because these are more common. Sesame seeds are incredibly high in calcium. They're one of the highest seeds to contain calcium, or one of the seeds to contain the highest calcium. And they're so easy to consume. Sprinkle a handful on your salad. Make some homemade sesame snaps with some raw honey. There's so many ways to get sesame in. I personally, my go-to being Middle Eastern is through hummus. We use the tahini in our hummus, and it's delicious, and it's a great way to get the pureed sesame seeds in. You could do like cookies made with tahini. So there's so many ways to get it in, but sesame seeds, number one. Another thing is your dark green leafy vegetables. People, again, don't really realize that greens contain a ton of calcium. If you're eating kale and Swiss chard and spinach and those dark greens and dandelion greens, you're going to be getting lots of calcium into the body. But the nice thing about these foods, the sesame seeds, the greens, they contain other minerals, magnesium, and bioflavonoids and other nutrients that are going to help the overall absorption of the calcium so much better into our bones. they're anti-inflammatory foods, and they're alkaline forming foods. So they're going to keep that pH in our body more favorable for health in general. Other foods that are really high in calcium that we personally love to consume are sardines and oysters. I know a lot of people, if you're vegan or plant-based, you won't consume these, or a lot of people don't like certain fish and seafood in general, and that's fine. There's plenty of other sources to get them in, but oysters are one of the top foods. They're very high in calcium, and sardines as well. We buy really good wild-caught sardines, like in a can, and we'll have them here and there for not just calcium, but for omega fats and protein source. They're delicious, and I like to kind of chop the sardines up really fine, and I mix it with like some Kalamata olives and a little bit of cucumber and salt, pepper, garlic, and I kind of make like a little, I don't even know what the word is, but I kind of make like a little, almost like a tuna salad, but it's not. And we put that on like lettuce wraps or something. It's delicious. So great way to get that in as well. There are so many other incredible foods. There's really, if you look at a lot of foods, most of them do have some amount of calcium if they're plant-based. It's just some are going to be a much richer source than others. So you guys can go and find something that works best for you. But here's just, that was a very small list. I have a huge full list, not a huge list, but a full list on Instagram, which is linked down below. You guys can check out that post where I really break down all of the different calcium foods. Of course, it's not an all-inclusive list. There's so much, but it's a good place to start if you're looking to phase out the dairy and then bring in plant-based or at least anti-inflammatory sources. Then you're good to go ahead with your seeds, with your greens, with your sardines and your oysters, and all the other amazing foods. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Again, this video is not to 100% bash dairy. I just think it's an overconsumed food, and a lot of people's reasoning for overconsuming it is the fact that they want the calcium. And that's a very outdated thought process. It's a very outdated science. We now know that dairy is not the best way to strengthen our bones and to increase our calcium. It's actually through the alkaline plant-based foods or seafoods that can really go a long way to improving our health, our inflammation, our pH, without and our bones as well, without having any of the negative side effects that dairy brings, because a lot of people have gut issues and all kinds of things, and dairy just makes that worse. So it's a good food to try to put onto the back burner. Try something else instead, and you might notice that your health is improving, you feel better, and you still don't have to stress about not getting enough calcium in. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the description box or comments down below. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. I will get back to everyone at some point. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video.